Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be talking about Jeff the Killer and how to correctly use him and his abilities. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video and I'll talk to you some more right now. You might be asking yourself, what does a level 1 player know anything about Jeff the Killer? Well, these are some old gameplay I have of Jeff the Killer. As of right now I'm close to getting him gold and that's what I'm working towards. So now let's talk about his moveset. First move we're going to be talking about is a move called Silent Stalker. Jeff uses this ability. He's basically mute. However, a common mistake a lot of people make is that they tend to think they're invisible, like if you're using like the Mimic's power up or Found You. You're not invisible, you're just mute. So don't think that's just because they can't hear you, they can't see you. They definitely can see you. Also, the main way to play this is try to figure out where the survivor is going to bail to, as you want to land as much hits as you can before the rage meter is done with. Here's another key thing you need to do when you're playing against Jeff the Killer using Silent Stalker. It is very important that on tight maps that you use it to your advantage, as his damage goes from 25 to 70, which is a lot, and thanks to his big hitbox, it allows for easy kills. Also, please do note that while you're in stealth mode, the rage meter does increase, but if you do attack and miss, it decreases back down to 0. So make sure you tread carefully when you're going to attack so your rage meter does not go to 0 in case you are spotted by someone. Right here you can see my prime example of me sneaking up on someone without being spotted. As you see here, the person ran away from me, and as I had switched targets, as they already knew I was behind them. Do note that once your rage meter is filled up, you do get kind of a damage boost. It's not really that noticeable. I think it's from 25 to 30, so it's not a lot, but with the sprint boost you have, you can easily catch up to survivors as long as your rage meter is filled up. And the little damage is okay, I guess, but like I said, it doesn't last that long, so you're not really gonna do much with it. Next ability we're going to be talking about is Mechanical Haste. Now, this ability is very hit or miss. The way it works is that you get less stamina drain, but at the cost of you being extremely loud, and you basically give up stealth to go on all out rampage. Now, it's okay, I guess. I don't really use this a lot. It's kind of called EXE as his final act, but I don't like using this ability at all. It's fun to use on big maps like right here, but the cooldowns now make it worth it, and half the time you're bound to get stunned just because you don't find people to hit. And one thing you should know about Mechanical Haste is that yes, if you don't fill the meter you get stunned, but another thing that contributes to that is missing your attacks. Missing your attacks could end up costing you the game, as you can get stunned. And that's not something you really want to do. That's all I have to say for this power up. Now let's talk about his base kit. Okay, so his damage is better than the edgy ass hedgehog, but we're not gonna talk about that. 25 is pretty good. His sprint stamina is kind of ass, but the power-ups do make up for it half the time. The last thing I want to bring up about his base kit is just overall his stamina. It's only 90, which is not bad for how much he loses and how much he gains. Like I said, the power-ups help make up for this. So the stamina is pretty good when you're in chase, and especially when you use your abilities to your fullest, they're pretty freaking good. Now, his passives all rely around his abilities. They're basically just, you get X-ray for every ability you have if they're close to a player. Kind of like Mimic's bleed ability. It's okay, I guess. At the end of the day, it's just close range X-ray, which could be helpful and could not be helpful as well. The only downside to this passive is that it highly, and I mean highly, relies on the map you're on. If it's a big map, it's not going to work. If it's a tiny map, it'll work the best it possibly can be. Another thing that's kind of dumb is that if you fill up your rage meter and you get a kill, it still doesn't work. You don't get to see other players near you. I've tested it with some friends and it does not work that way. You have to get rid of the rage and then you can see people again. So let's get to the real part of the video. How do you play Jeff the Killer? Well, it's pretty simple. You just kind of want to ignore Mechanical Haste. Sure, it's a good ability. Sure, it's fun. But once you start going up against good players that know what they're doing and how to outrun you and manage their stamina, that's not worth it. Half the time, you're not going to make great use of it. Like I said, it's only really good if you're fighting a group of people that are in a corner. Then that's when you want to use that ability, as you can easily go on a killing streak and just start murdering them. But half the time, that other ability, Silent Stalker, is going to be your go-to ability, as you basically go mute. You're kind of hidden, especially for when the skin I am, and especially on a dark map. And you get X-ray, and you also get a speed boost and somewhat of a damage boost when you're out of it. And like I said, 70 damage while in stealth is amazing, especially when they're not expecting you. So that's why I highly recommend that you always use your stealth to its full disadvantage, even if you're on big maps. The last thing I want to talk about is how to use Silent Stalker correctly. Not sure, you can use it in the way it's intended, but during chase as well, you can pop it, fill up your rage meter, get all your stamina back, and then immediately get a speed boost, which is amazing, because you never know exactly just how things are going to go and how much stamina the survivor does have. So it's always good to have visibility ready to go, especially when you're in chase, so you can get that stamina boost and get that regen boost. So I'm going to be rating this killer out of 4 things. Skill, how much skills you need to play him. Fun, how fun it actually is to play as him. And the third one is going to be strength, and the fourth one is going to be his cosmetics. Obviously strength is, how strong he is, and cosmetics is how cool does he look with some of the skins you can buy with money. So if I do have to say, he's probably 3-star skill just because of the fact that you can either manage stealth and going out loud, or you can choose to go either one of the routes. It's all up to you at the end of the day. As for his strength, it is definitely a 2-star. Sure, 25 damage is good, but like I said, sometimes his kit does not make up for it, as how fast he runs. It may not always work during chase, especially when you're going up against good players. He is definitely I would say, either 3 or 4-star fun. Like I said, the playstyle could be different. I find it a 4-star fun because I really do love going from a maniac to going Silent Stalker, as I feel like it really shakes up the game and gives a little bit of spice to a character. Now, if you are staying to one style, it can definitely be kind of like less fun because you're not managing a lot of other things, but I tend to think it's really fun when you manage both at the same time. I feel like that's just great gameplay, as it spices things up a lot. As for his skins, they're definitely mostly 1-star or 2-star, depending on how you look at it, because they didn't really try with his skins, you could say. I don't like the skin I'm wearing in the purple guy's skin. Sure, this is a joke skin. I guess that's cool and all, but a lot of his skins are redesigns, and his level up skins don't even look that good. Especially when you use them, or when I've seen them in gameplay, they don't look that good. And as for his 2 legendary skins, yeah, this is the only good one. The farmer one doesn't really make him look creepy or like at all menacing. So yeah, it's definitely a 2-star or 1-star depending how you look at it. So the main question is that at the end of the day, is Jeff the Killer worth the coins? 100% yes. As I feel that yes, you need some skill to play as him, but once you get to learn him, it really makes up for the fun you're going to have on the later matches. So to conclude this video, my overall thoughts about Jeff the Killer is that he's definitely a B tier killer. He's fun. Sure, he isn't that strong, but his abilities do make up for it. So he's definitely a B tier killer. And if this video gets, let's say, maybe like 100 views, because this is my first breakdown video of player chase on a specific killer, I might consider doing one depending how I feel if this video does well, or maybe someone asks for it in the comments. And if you do want to see another one, please let me know what killer. I'm considering doing Sonic EXE just because of his 300 reworks, but we'll have to see. And like I said, please subscribe, as it really helps out the channel, and I'm trying to get monetized. Anyways, hopefully you have fun playing Jeff the Killer.